Cleveland Clinic has been awarded a $14.2 million grant from the National Institutes of Health for atrial fibrillation research.
Atrial fibrillation is a really rapid, irregular rhythm that goes throughout the upper chambers of the heart. And when that happens, the heart may not be quite as efficient, and also the blood doesn't move through quite as swiftly or slickly, and clots can form and put people at risk for a stroke.
Dr. Mina Chung is a cardiac electrophysiologist and AFIB researcher.
About 6 million in the U.S., and it's expected to double to about 12 million by like 2030 or so. In the world, there are about 33 million people with atrial fib.
Untreated atrial fibrillation doubles the risk of heart-related death and increases the chance of stroke by a factor of 5. Age, heart disease, obesity, high blood pressure, thyroid disorders, and family history all play important roles into who gets AFib. Researchers started looking into which areas of DNA are associated with AFib around 15 years ago.
And we found that there is an area on chromosome 4 that was really strongly associated with AFib. And we could see it with only 100 people. Normally you'd need thousands.
Chung and her team will use genomic findings to find new therapies for AFib.
There hasn't been a new drug that's been approved for AFib in over 10 years. We're first starting at looking at repurposing drugs that are around, so they're FDA approved, we have safety profiles, and seeing which one of them or in combination might affect AFib. We've already done a lot of preliminary analyses on that, and what we'll do is we'll be able to test those drugs in a new way in looking at some cardiac cells, actually, that we can develop from patients who have atrial fib. We can, this is another huge scientific advance, where you can take your white blood cells just from a simple blood draw and reprogram them into what are called inducible pluripotent stem cells. And then I'm just going to show you, we can grow them into beating heart cells, and they actually will beat in culture. I don't know if you can see this, but and they beat so much. This is when I got blown away when I first saw this. When they beat in a syncytium, and they beat so much, you could see ripples going across this tissue culture plate. They beat so much that they tear off the media, so it becomes kind of problematic. And so what we could do is test drugs on them. Hopefully we'll have a shorter timeline to getting some of these drugs back to the bedside for patients. It's very exciting, and it's been really fantastic to be able to work together with some really brilliant colleagues here, and just looking forward to hopefully being productive with the grant that the NIH has awarded us.
For Fox 8, I'm Dr. Marc.
Dr. Marc is sponsored by the Cleveland Clinic.